gang. I finally started to put this trip report together. It's been a while, but you know me. Every time I get back from Vegas, I get lazy, I get tired, and then I finally decide I need to do the trip report. And I also have some live videos that we took from the Palace Station and also from Santa Fe that I will need to do some editing to get them out. We only put out the one from the Orleans that you saw. So anyway, tomorrow I'll be heading to the Big Island of Hawaii. Meet up with my Hawaii Big Island Craps Hawaii crew chapter there. Tasha, San, Kevin. You've seen them before on the table, so and you've seen me at the Big Island with them before. So that's where I'll be going tomorrow till Sunday. I return on Sunday. So I thought since I'm up there, I will do some editing. I'll have Tasha do some editing on the Palace Station live recordings that we did. So anyway, to get started, I just wanted to give Tasha-san, a shout out for their new adventure in selling Molokai bread. And for those of you that are from Hawaii, you pretty much know how famous the Molokai bread is. So anyway, they started selling and it's doing very well. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, and because you can see there's a picture of their pop-up tent, and you'll see San and Tasha and her son and daughter with there, and it's a family kind of thing, and they're doing good. So if you're there in the Big Island, I know they're selling in Hilo, and go out there and support them if you like the Molokai bread. Okay, thanks very much, and we'll get into the trip report right now. So again, my trip report for September. I got there late, like midnight, almost midnight. I got to the hotel on Monday night. So by the time I got to the hotel, it was a little after midnight. Set up in my room as I normally do. Come on down and find something to eat, small, and then get on the tables. So by the time I get on the tables, might have been like 1 o'clock or maybe even a little later. But if you follow me on our Facebook page, our Craps Hawaii Facebook page, or my Instagram, or my Facebook, that every session that I get through with, I post something, right? I always post what I started with, how long I was on the table, whether I won or lost. So if you're not part of the Craps Hawaii Facebook page, go ahead and join. It's free. And every time I go up to Vegas, I always post every session throughout my days that I'm there. So I'm not going to talk too much about every session, because like I said, if you wanted to see it, go check it out on the Craps Hawaii Facebook page. Again, anyway, I played. I'm trying to. We get back if you put in enough time and your bids is high enough and your rating is good enough, then you get to get back our airfare. Then if you're dominant at the Orleans, we also get back which is a Macy's Day week, and that's when a lot of locals go up there and from Hawaii, and you can get back some, chips, gaming chips, or some credits that they'll put into the slot machines for you, or even cash. So anyway, that's why a lot of locals go up there from Hawaii during the Macy's week. So anyway, I was up there. So Tuesday, like I said, early in the morning, went down to the tables, and I played. Tables were really bad. I mean, it's worse than choppy. But I have to put in the time, and to get the comps and things like that. So it took its toll. the strategies I was playing. I was basically playing the 154 with inside, looking for at least two hits and coming down to 110. It was so bad that I couldn't sustain it. I just couldn't sustain that. And I had, people saying to me, like even on the comments that they make on my sessions that I put out, oh, how's about playing, the dark side? But when the table is so bad that there's so many sevens coming out that if I did go to the dark side on the don't pass, I probably would have got killed also because there were a lot of come out sevens, 11s, so probably both sides would have lost. And I've seen that before where the pass and the don't pass, both sides lose, the house make money from both sides. So I just decided to stick it out, but if the table was really bad, I probably walked off, go play my Keno machine just to kill time. In fact, I even went to go watch some movies because they have theaters there. So for $10 a ticket, I got to see Mission Impossible, which was a 2.5 hour movie, and that's just part one. I think part two comes out next year. And also got to watch The Equalizer 3, which was a pretty good movie. So, that's how I got myself off the table, trying to stay disciplined, money management, use money management, so that I don't keep, putting myself in the hole. Well, anyway, I think it was, got to like, I played, like I said, Tuesday, early morning, all day Tuesday. Came down Wednesday, also played. The table was still bad. Finally, I caught my friend's hand. Norman is his name. Nice guy, really nice guy. I was stick right one, and Norman was right next to me, stick right two. On the opposite side of the table was Alfredo from Texas Crap Shooters. He was stick left one over there, and a lot of other people around the table. So that hand was a very good hand that I caught. And if you watch my session post after that, I got on the table, and because it was so bad on Tuesday early morning and all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday till Wednesday night, I was down like almost $4,000 already. It was really disastrous. So anyway, by killing time, going to the movies, stepping off the table, taking breaks, go play some Keno, whatever, trying to save at least some money from the losses, waiting to catch a good hand. And then finally, Wednesday night, I don't really know what time it was. Probably would have to go back to one of the sessions that I showed on that session that I played. Norman threw a come out 8 to start the roll, and he threw 41 rolls before he hit the 8. So that's all a lot of box numbers, some of course some horns, but he threw a bunch of hard ways also. And because I was losing, I pretty much took my money up, maybe got to like 150s on the 5 and the 9, 180s on the 6-8. And if I hit one of them that paid me 210, I would take $300 back from a 509 and go to a 60, and the same thing on a 608, take 210, that is up at 180 and then go back down to maybe like 90 or 66, where I could with one hit press it right back up to the 180 level or to 150 level on the 5s and 9s. So nobody knows how long the roll is going to go, right? Every time there's a big roll, nobody knows how long it's going to be. So I'm down, like I said, 4,000. So I need to scrape some of that money back. So I probably went up and down maybe 2, maybe 3 times. But then by the 4th time, my hard ways were up at quarters already, which normally hit a 6 or an 8 for me at 25, pressed it up to 50, hit that, went to 100, he hit that. My 4 and 10, the fours he threw like maybe 5 or 6 fours, maybe a lot of them, half of them at least was hard ways. So I think I hit the 4 and a quarter, pressed it up to 50 or 100, hit it there, and took it up to 150, I think. But by the time I got it there at 150, the roll was almost over. But I was making some money on those hard ways, and I was also, you know, a boxman friend of mine told me that when you're gonna take a 1 count, it's when you switch the dealer you want to take a 1 count. I mean, not the dealer, but the stick. You want to take a 1 count. And if somebody's buying in when the dice is live, the puck is on, and they're buying in cash, you want to take a 1 count. And this is just my advice to you because I saved a lot of money doing that. I also missed one where they switched the stick the first time. I was up to 350 on my 5 and 420 on my 6 and 8. And of course, I called my bet off because they switched the stick. I'm right next to the stick. And Norman throws a 5. So that was my $500 win for $10, right? Because pays 490. And I was like, oh, darn, I missed that one. But it is what it is, right? Because it could have came a 7. Everybody, after the fact, I should have done this, should have done that. But anyway, so there was a $500 win I should have had. But then Norman came right back and threw a 6. So I collected that 6 at 500 because it's 420 and pays 490, 500 for $10. Okay, so I think at that point I took that 6 back down to, I don't know if it was 90 or 180, and I collected the 500 and maybe a total of 800 back in my rack, plus that other 300 that I took from the 5s and the 6-8 when I had them at 150s and 180s. So basically I was almost back already, got my money back. So the next time it was just pressing, right? So I got my 5 up to 500. I had my 6 and 8s up to 6. I hit it at 600s. And then they came with another stick change. And well, there were like 2 or 3 stick changes in between, which I said, well, I lost the win on that 500 on the 5, so I'm going to leave it on. And I left it on because the energy on the table was great. Norman, nothing was bothering him. He was like in sync. If dice went off the table, still came back a good point. If he hit the chips, still good point. So Norman was in sync, and so I decided to leave it on. And so anyway, collecting. And then they had a stick change. The dealer that was in front of me, he went to the stick. And so anyway, I just decided I was going to call my bets off. So I did. And Norman threw and 7 out. So I saved all my money that I had out on the table, almost $2,000. I saved that. So anyway, after that, I was up about $4,000 because I got back my 4. I cashed out 8,000 something, tipped the dealers, gave Norman some money, nice roll that he did. And I think I was up about 4,000. So from being down 4,000, I'm up 4,000 now. But the table started to go bad again, and this was only Wednesday. I'm there till Sunday morning. So I tried to, kick back, don't get in that hole again. If his table's bad, walk. So I was doing all of those things, playing my Keno machines. Could never hit the Keno anyway. But enough to stay away from the tables long enough so to limit the loss that if I stayed there all the way through. The 154, I got back some of my money. If one hit on the inside, anyone was going to be paying me $50. So I get back 50, I go down to 110, and I get back $144. So I'm in the game for $10, right? So I'm thinking That's better than playing maybe the 255 because the table is so bad. But it's $100 less at the 154 level. So I thought, well, play the 154. But as I look back, probably the 255 would have been better, even though it's $100 more, because horn numbers were being thrown, fours and tens were being thrown, and with the 255, once the point is established, I just need two rolls. Don't have to be box numbers. Can be a 12. I like that. That's 3 to 1, right? Triple over there. So maybe if I played the 255, even though it was $100 more than the 154, I might have saved more money. I'm not saying I would have made more money because it was bad. It was hard to make money, but at least would have saved them. And instead of losing 154, maybe I would have lost $40 instead. But anyway, those are things that you need to do. Read the table, see how the table is doing, and make up your mind, I guess, what strategy you want to play. So I'm going to be going up back in November. I think it's November 8th to the 12th for the Macy's week again. But maybe this time I'll play more 255 than 154. I don't know. Who knows? It depends what the table's going to be doing, right? So anyway, like I said, another thing is not only about my trip report, but I want to tell you that a lot of you are trying to maybe make a higher rating card. Like, instead of you start off at Ruby anyway for the Boyd group. I think Ruby's the smallest, then Sapphire, then you go Onyx, and then you go Titanium. Well, anyway, I just want to give you a tip that for me when I play, and I'm going to show you up here on the screen, that before I start a session, or even when I just get there, I put my card in the slot machine and I check my account and I want to see my tier scores. Okay, so now tier score is different from Boyd points. Okay, before I didn't really know all this back in the day, and I see I got 30,000 Boyd points. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. But I'm still at the Ruby level, so how come, right? And then later on, I find out 30 Boyd points is so you can go buy, at the lunch places or diners or ice cream, whatever. But 30,000 tier points is only $30, so that's not much. But so what you need to look at is your tier credit points, I mean tier credit score, and if you look at the posts I got up here on the screen, as you can see, I'm showing you the points that I started with, and then when I play a session and I'm done with that session, I go back and I put it in the machine again, and you can see the difference in the tier credit points, and that's what will help you get to the next level card. Okay, and that all comes from amount played, hours played. Okay, so a lot of times if you're getting comp rooms, food, things like that, or if you want that, you need to play at a decent level, right? Nowadays there's no $5 tables, barely any $10 tables. But if you're playing at the $15 level and you play it at least 66, 76, 110, 130, and you play it at least 4 hours a day, doesn't have to be a session now. 4 hours a day is what you pretty much require, and if you play a little bit more, it's even better. That you start to accumulate tier credits faster, and then you can get to your next level. If you're Ruby, you get to Sapphire. Sapphire can get to Emerald, and it all depends on how many times you go to the casinos and play. Like us in Hawaii, right? It's it's a 5-hour, 6-hour flight to Vegas. Round trips are rarely $500. It's usually between 6, 7, and if you get into 2 or 3 weeks away from a flight, it could cost you as much as $1,200, and that's not first class. Okay, so we need to look at where we need to be with that as far as getting comps. What is going to get us to get to that comp level and things like that. So basically, sometimes we get caught up or trapped by wanting to get back that airfare, and the tables are bad, and we play longer than we should. So next thing you know, you would have got back $1,000 airfare, but you lost $1,500, $2,000 chasing that airfare. So we got to be a little bit more smart about that. This last trip, I just needed 500 tier scores to get to my Onyx card, which I did, and so gives you a little bit more comps and stuff. But you know, it is what it is because you need to put in the time and make sure that your average bet is pretty much over 100, sometimes close to 200. But anyway, so that was my trip report. I made back, like I said, I was up $4,000. That was Wednesday night. Threw back a little bit. I think at the end of my stay, I was sitting at the alligator bar. I don't know if you know where table 6 is, but it's the last table down towards the end, not closest to Andori restaurant. So Sid, Mar, and Craig were playing, and that was like early Saturday morning. Actually, early Sunday morning because I was leaving at 4:30 in the morning to go to the airport, and they were teasing me. Come on, Mel, jump on the table. The table's good. No, whatever. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm going home with $2,200 profit and my airfare, and that's good for me because I'll be back in November. So that's my trip report. This time I was at least talking a little bit talking about how to get your card and stuff like that. But again, my trip report was within 2.5 to 2 days, down 4,000, cut the big hand, made 8,000. I was up 4,000, threw back a little, and on that Sunday morning I was leaving, the table did turn a little bit better. I was happy for Mar, Sid, Craig. They were at least getting back some of their money. Did throw some good hands, but I was happy to leave with $2,200 coming home and saving that money for my next trip. Again, so that was it. And I want to thank a lot of you who have been joining our Craps Hawaii Facebook group. A lot of you who have been subscribing. I know I'm not putting out a lot of things right now, but it's all free. So subscribe is free. I also do some practicing. I haven't thrown well before, 2 weeks before I went to Vegas. I didn't throw well in Vegas. Came home, practiced with Sleepy today, and threw a little better. So hopefully things are turning around. And as you can see, I'm doing my new 10-foot table here. So I'll be pretty busy. Anyway, thanks. And if you haven't been subscribing, please subscribe. It's free, like I said. If you haven't got onto our Craps Hawaii Facebook page, please do. And I'll be putting out the live recording from the Palace Station as soon as I get to the Big Island, and Tasha is going to help me do it. So if it's not done, I'm going to blame her. Thank you guys. We'll catch you guys next time.